Hello guys, how are you all doing today? Today we are going to be doing a post-commentary again. This time we're playing Lakeside. The reason I chose this demo specifically is because for the first good half of it, I had a good 300, 400 ping, which kind of prevented me from getting some stabs which otherwise would have hit. An example being there, on my screen at the time, the medic's back was facing right behind me. However, looking back at the demo, I can very clearly see that I was a good foot or two behind him. I wouldn't have made it. Unfortunately, it's an internet issue and there's not a great deal I can do about it. But hopefully I'll be moving in a couple weeks to somewhere with fibre optic and not 2 kilobytes a second, so that'll be fancy and nice, won't it? Video games. Throughout this whole match, their pyro did a very good job of... When he did get me, he did a very good job of killing me straight up, so I tried to stay away from him as much as I could. Also their heavy was doing an awful lot of work looking in the logs later, so tried to focus him down as well, because on Lakeside it's important to take down the heavy in the demo primarily, if you are unable to get the sniper and the medic, since they are the main dealers of damage, and if they get crits they're fucked. Well, your team's fucked anyway. However, if you kill the demo and the heavy, then the medic has no one to crits really, so you might as well have just dropped the medic. Or it's the equivalent of dropping the medic if you get the heavy in the demo. Nice thing to lose in this map is the Invis Watch. I'm not a huge fan of the Dead Ringer on this map. It's good, I can't doubt it, it's one of the best maps for the Dead Ringer, but I just don't like it. I still don't like it. Unfortunately, I missed all my shots there. The soldier, he called that he'd bombed in on the medic and did a good 120 on him or something, so I was like, okay, this is worth a suicide. So, uncloaked, had I have hit one of those shots, the medic probably would have died, and we would have had an advantage of whatever percentage he's on, but he's on quick fix, so, it's not as bad as it could have been. Another thing that's important to take down on this map is the teleporter, because it cuts a good 20 seconds off the rollout if you're like a heavy or something, a good 10 seconds of any other class. So if you want to take down the teleporter, it adds a fair bit to the point there. It's like the respawn time, and also that pyro should have died. I heard the hit sound and he was right next to me, but oh well. I also thought he might have died during the supercharge, but he doesn't. This was a match of very unfortunate fail stabs. Not anything super fancy happens if I remember. Maybe one or two things, but I was mostly using this one to show that internet doesn't help, but you can still do decent things without, 20 ping constant. And I did manage to keep, for the most part, one of their power classes down as much as possible, and tried to keep the minis down, although I know there were certain moments where the scout really needed them down and I wasn't able to get them. That's unfortunate. As again, if I was using the Dead Ring I wouldn't have been able to get here, however the medic went back to spawn, so it didn't really matter anyway. Had he have gone the way I thought he was going to go, and I probably could have gone him, but, here as well. Backstab registry. I feel like they might have done something since the Love of War update to backstabs or lag compensation or something, because I seem to be missing an awful lot since then. Either that, or it's down to the fact that I just haven't been playing much TF2 lately. I've been working a lot, I've been sleeping an awful lot, been watching a wee little bit of anime here and there, but TF2 wise I've gone down from 120 hours over 2 weeks to 30. So yeah, the rest of the hours on the week are just from leaving it open while trading, so yeah, I've been actually traded more the last couple of weeks than actually played. I think this was one of the first games of Highlander I'd played in a little while, actually, so yeah, it did alright. It definitely could have improved, but, oh well, it'll get better in time and all that. Again, sticking with the stock invis, even though the Dead Ringer is decent on the map, just because I'm a stubborn bastard and the other spy was running Dead Ringer, so, made me feel like I was a little bit better than someone, even though he did get the medic more than I... No. I think we both got the same amount of medic picks, but he definitely made the Dead Ringer work, so yeah, props to you. I was running the L'Étranger because I couldn't aim. This was one of the days where I just couldn't aim at all, so I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna run the L'Étranger. However, it does kind of fuck me up a little bit later when there's a guy with 1 health that I shot, and had I been using the stock he would have died, but I missed every shot, and he didn't. Oh well. So yeah, oh well. Lakeside, it's really just kind of, you need to get an aggressive hold. So once you've captured mid, you want to try and hold as far forward as you can most of the time. Try and keep their medic and demo down. If you try and hold passive like you do on most other maps, then you're going to get overrun really quickly. Especially if they have a really good soldier, or really good demo, or scout, so they can overrun you. Because I've definitely played matches at Lakeside where their scout or pyro even have managed to get onto our bats and just stop our sniper. Because this is also a very, very strong sniper map. He has view of almost everything on around the midpoint in their side, so yeah, you want to try and make sure your sniper's protected and their sniper isn't. A little demo bug here with the fire, but there's not really much you can do about that right now. Even record demo stop doesn't get rid of it, and that's the only thing I can think would work. Fortunately, our sniper kills him, so I didn't have to give up any placement. You know, had I killed him, the pyro, or he would have shouted out, "Oh, there's a spy on our bats," and the pyro would have been like, "Oh, hello," and a lovely, lovely heavy right there. He was like, "Oh, you're low on health, you have my sandwich," and then you can butter knife me in the face. So I was like, "Oh, thank you very much, mate." But looking back, I really should have probably run like stock revolver. Just stock everything really would have been fine. Recently I've been trying to get better with the stock revolver, because for the last like 2 years I've been an ambassador man mainly. Mostly just because it's badass. It's not necessarily a direct upgrade nor a direct downgrade, mostly. I just like it because it sounds cool and you can shoot people in the head and make montage parodies. However, you know, the revolver's used by a lot of really, really good spies to really, really good and really good use. This I thought I could have duped the soldier, but he just, you know, he knew I was going to be down there somewhere, shot rocket. But the stock revolver's really, really reliable damage-wise. Like, you can get 40, 40, 50, 50, 60, 60 really easily, whereas with the Ambi it's like either you're getting 17, 102, or nothing. So yeah. Oh well. So yeah, if you've just stuck to the ambassador your whole life, it's not too bad to consider trying the revolver out just a little bit, because it's really not bad to have it just in case. I mean, if you're having a bad day aiming the Ambi, maybe you'll have... That pyro should have caught me as well. That was a very odd bit of lag from my end, but it was fortunate. However, the scout caught me anyway, so it didn't matter. I seem to have gotten very good lately at just being able to like jump over flames, which is quite a fancy little trick to do. Ooh, look at this. Demo, pyro... I mean, the heavy was there, but the pyro jumped in front of him, unfortunately. But that was good. That was a position where the Invis Watch is better than the Dead Ringer, in my opinion. Since it allows you to get much better positioning rather than staying alive ability. I don't know what you call that. Yeah, staying alive ability sounds just like right English to me. Also, this little pillar around here on Lakeside is a brilliant, brilliant decloak spot, as is... This area around here is called grass, I mean, it's got a little bit of grass on it, that's why it's called. The little crate there to the left I just walked by, that is also a very good decloak spot. As is pretty much everywhere on this map, actually, excluding just like in the middle of the middle point. And here, medic. The heavy, he saw me, he should have been like, medic, turn your bum, but no bums were turned this day. The bums were remained taut and forward, unfortunately, for him. And I don't believe we won this scrim, just a sneaky reminder? No, sneaky spoiler right there. But, you know, doesn't matter too much. We did make quite a nice return a bit later, but the demo crashed, so I didn't record that bit. Unfortunately, I'm showing you like the entire match that got recorded though, so you're seeing the little bits where I kind of fuck up and just die due to my own mistakes, and by seeing those you can hopefully like learn and be like, Woolen, you're an idiot, I'm much better than you, I would never have done that. So that, you know, that's a nice little bit you can pull out of this, a little bit of positive reinforcement. Always, if you really do want to go into people, try and switch up your disguises every now and then. Like, one disguise which will, so far, every time I've used it unfailably work at least once, is the soldier disguise. If you really, really need that pick super carefully, and super legitimately, just go soldier, disguise as a soldier, walk around the corner, and you will get the pick. There is, out of like 30 times I've used it, it has never failed once, and I've never tried it more than once in a match, but they'd probably get wise to it pretty quick. Just don't disguise as Scout or NG all the time like I do, or most people, because it's lazy, it's the lazy option. The main reason, if you didn't know mainly, a good reason that you might want to disguise as Scout is that while your hitbox doesn't actually get smaller, stays as the spy hitbox, your actual, like, the whole model is a lot smaller, allowing you to sneak into little spots. If you disguise as a pyro and decloak, they'll see a giant flamethrower appear out of nowhere and they'll be like, oh, you're a spy. But the scout's got, you know, his scattergun's really small, close to him, and you can just hide in corners, decloak, and stay out of their field of vision just that much longer. Another pretty good one is the NG as well, for the same reasons, but, you know, whatever really. The NG on this map seemed to like staying around the midpoint, so they could either make it a good or bad disguise. If he saw you, then you'd be fucked. But if your team had, if their team had already seen the NG and spy checked him, they think, oh, the NG on the mid is fine, the spy's somewhere else. So, you know. Their scout was being a bit of a douchebag this match. He liked to poke around our sniper for some reason. And I think there was a section either here or later where their entire team got on our battlements and, like, they didn't get enough done, but they had the potential to get an awful lot done. Again, getting the teleporter, good little thing to do. Also, it gives you points. Think about that. Each side of the teleporter taking down was like a point or two, and I shot it, so I don't know. Heavy. Oh, okay, that was weird, but yeah, sometimes the easiest stabs are possible, not, I don't know. Sometimes you can just run up to people and stab them. It's a thing that happens. People aren't going to be twitching all the time unless they're like a kleptomaniac. That's not the correct use of that term, I'm very sorry, but unless they're like a schizophrenic, they're not going to be looking around all the time. There will be moments where you can peek in. So yeah. The medics this match, where both of them, our medic, our wonderful medic, Dashy J, and their medic, Bob, I don't know his name, liked to run quick fix a lot, I don't know why. Also here, L'Étranger damage down, didn't matter, still 3-shot the sniper. The stock revolver would also 3-shot the sniper, so you know. Oh, I think maybe something happens here, maybe not, can't remember. Let's have a little watch. Ooh, look at this. Medic! Oh yes, that was a sneak. Oh, here we go, this is the bit with the revolver. Had I run stock here, he would have taken more than 44 and died. One of these shots should have hit, right? Looking at that. But, yeah. RNG gets him eventually, so it's alright. I die in the end, but I would have died anyway, so... Again, disguising as Scout, the best disguise in the game, as I've definitely reinforced. You always disguise as Scout. And I think this is where the demo fades out, so I'm gonna have to say goodbye. Enjoy. I hope you enjoyed it. If you didn't, then I'm very sorry. I'll get better stuff in the future. I did have a bad water scrim I played like a couple of days ago that went really well towards the meta. Like, I used the cloak and dagger, stayed in the spot, waited for the Uber, got the sentry with the Uber, and it would have been very nice to do a commentary Uber. However, my HUD broke, so I did record demo stop and forgot to continue the demo, unfortunately. However, yes, that will be it. I will see you all next time. Goodbye.